The planet Scifi 9 was in chaos. The sky was filled with the sounds of sirens, warning lights flashing across the great city of Velcor. Millions of alien citizens, small, four-armed creatures known as the Zephyrians, ran in panic. Fear spread like wildfire. The reason? Humans were coming. For centuries, the Zephyrians had ruled their corner of the galaxy. They had advanced technology, powerful warships, and vast armies. They had conquered dozens of species and forced them into servitude. But then, humans appeared. At first, they were ignored, just another primitive species from a small blue planet. But within 300 years, humans had become the most feared species in the known universe. They were unstoppable, the fear of humanity. Every alien empire that tried to resist them had fallen. The mighty Draxel were crushed in a war that lasted only 6 months. The Skrull Dominion, which had stood for 10,000 years, surrendered after just 3 battles. Humans did not just conquer planets. They adapted, they learned, and they fought like no other species. Unlike other empires, humans never used slaves. They did not destroy civilizations. Instead, they assimilated them, made them allies, and shared their technology. But those who resisted, they vanished. And now the Zephyrians were next, the last stand. High above Scifi 9, the Zephyrian Grand Fleet prepared for battle. Admiral Veltar, one of the greatest military leaders of his people, stood aboard his flagship, the Krezuum. His commanders waited for orders. They all knew what was coming. "How many human ships?" Veltar asked. "Only 12, his officer replied. 12? Veltar laughed. "They send only 12 ships to take our homeworld. They underestimate us." The officer hesitated. "Sir, those are Titan-class warships, the same ones that destroyed the Skrull Dominion's entire fleet." Silence filled the command deck. Veltar clenched his fists. He had heard the stories. The Titan-class warships were more than just battleships. They were fortresses in space, each capable of taking on an entire armada alone. And now, 12 of them were here. The invasion begins. The Zephyrian fleet opened fire first. Thousands of energy blasts shot toward the approaching human ships, but something terrifying happened. The human ships didn't dodge. Instead, their shields absorbed the attacks as if they were nothing. Then, they fired back. Boom! One Zephyrian warship exploded instantly, then another. Within seconds, the entire fleet was in flames. Veltar watched in horror. His people's greatest warships were being destroyed like toys. "Retreat," he shouted. But it was too late. The humans had already landed. The ground war. On the surface, Zephyrian soldiers prepared their last stand. They were the finest warriors of their species. But against humans, it did not matter. Humans did not fight like other species. They moved faster, thought smarter, and adapted to any situation. Their armor was nearly indestructible, their weapons more advanced than anything the Zephyrians had ever seen. And worst of all, humans did not fear death. Where other species would retreat, humans pushed forward. Where others surrendered, humans fought to the last breath. Within 6 hours, the Zephyrian army was crushed. The city of Velcor fell. The Zephyrian Empire was no more. The aftermath. Survivors were rounded up, but unlike other conquerors, humans did not execute them. Instead, they offered them a choice. "You can live under Terran rule, rebuild, and grow stronger than ever," the human commander announced. "Or you can resist and fade into history." Many Zephyrians chose to fight to the last breath. They were wiped out, but those who surrendered were given new opportunities. General Elias Carter, leader of the United Terran Forces, personally oversaw the rebuilding of Scifi 9. He ensured that Zephyrians were treated as equals. They were no longer warriors. They were explorers, scientists, and inventors. They had become stronger than ever before, not through war, but through unity. The legends. Across the galaxy, the story of the Zephyrians became a warning. Other empires hesitated before standing against humanity. They saw what had happened and whispered the same phrase. "Run, humans are coming." And so the legend of human dominance continued spreading across the stars, ensuring that no empire would ever again challenge the might of Earth. The future belonged to humanity, and the universe would never be the same.